Nag-apply ka sa sa justice lang ng Korte Suprema eh. Hindi ho ba?
Totoo po yan. Kagalang-galang na ako.
Bakit ngayon nag-apply ka ng Chief Justice? Commissioner Rene.
Una-una po, Justice Peralta, ako po ay na-shortlist. Hindi na po ako na-appoint na member ng Supreme Court as an Associate Justice. So ito po ay isang malaking pagkakataon po para sa akin, para magsilbi po sa ating bansa. So I think to be a Chief Magistrate or Chief Justice is not only a visionary, but also a leader and CEO, an all-out, all-season public servant. So I think this is now the opportunity for you to introduce changes in the judiciary.
Kasi may reservations kasi dati eh. Naalala ko, nung nag-apply kang Justice ng Korte Suprema, galing sa isang Assistant Commissioner, may mga views nun na dapat ata pumunta muna sa Court of Appeals bago pumunta rito sa Korte Suprema. Kasi tradisyon, yung mga nanggagaling sa COMELEC, papunta sa Supreme Court as Associate Justice, mga chairpersons yun eh. Si Justice Pardo, chairman ng COMELEC. Tanong nun, paano yung Assistant Commissioner, diretso sa Korte Suprema, Associate Justice? Sabi nila, dapat dadaan mo na sa, Court of Appeals. Kaya tinanong ko, Assistant Commissioner, probably iniisip mo, baka suswertein ka ngayon. Dati hindi ka sinwerte sa Associate Justice. Kaya Chief Justice na ang inambisyonan mo nun. Ngayon.
Kagalang-galang na Justice Peralta, ako po ay nagkaroon ng isang refleksyon. And since 1986, I've been in government as member of the CONCON. Ako po ay nagsilbi po sa Presidential Human Rights Committee, kasama po si Justice J.B.L. Reyes. Ako po ay nagsilbi po sa Select Committee, the Screen Judges and Justices. Ang aking pong pinuno ay si Secretary Neptali Gonzales. Kasama po si Undersecretary Renato Puno. At kasama po si Solicitor General Cedfio Ordonez. Ako po ay nagsilbi sa Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process. Ako po ay naging chairman ng negotiating panel dealing with the CPP in Norway and Netherlands, and also dealing with the Muslim insurgents in the South.
Kasama mo ata dati si Justice Tess de Castro, hindi ho ba?
Kasama ko po, dalawa po sa miyembro ng hukuman. Ang kasama ko sa peace process sa Netherlands and Norway, Justice Brion was our consultant on labor. Kasama ko po sa Norway. Justice Tess de Castro ay kasama ko for many years in the peace process. Siya po ay nasa Department of Justice and work with us in the peace process.
Sa OSG, sino kasama mo nun sa OSG?
Kasama ko po ang Soldier Bebot Delio, na aming naging pinuno sa peace panel negotiating with the CPP and PA.
Ito gusto ko lang tanungin kasi nagkakaproblema kami sa HRED tungkol sa mga party list, hindi ba?
Opo.
Yung mga questions of nominations on party list, dinadala sa dinadala sa COMELEC, hindi ba? Kayo may jurisdiction.
Opo.
Kung ito ba maging candidate ng party list o hindi, di ba? Pinagsasubmit nyo ng evidence, lahat-lahat. Then, i-decide nyo based on the totality of the evidence, pwedeng kandidato ito. Hindi ho ba?
So, tama po.
Party list, election, nakakuha sila ng nominee. Hindi ho ba?
Totoo po.
Pagkakuha ng nominee, na-elect na yung party list, nag-oath na as member of Congress as a nominee, pagtapos nagpapile sila sa HRED ng kaso, pinapadisqualify using the same grounds doon sa COMELEC which have already resolved. Ang tanong ko ganito hindi ba meron overlapping of jurisdiction? Kasi nakalagay kasi sa I think you read that case of Lim Kay Chong, pagsabi, pag ang congressman has taken his oath as member of Congress, so any question as to his qualifications, jurisdiction is HRED. Hindi ba? So, ang ginagawa nila, using the same arguments doon sa COMELEC, dahil yun ang pinalil sa petition sa COMELEC, disqualification din to be a nominee Ngayon, mag-take out na ngayon, file a disqualification, co-warranto dun sa amin at hindi he should be disqualified. Tama ho ba yung observation mo?
Maganda po ang observation ni Justice Peralta. Following a long line of decisions once proclaimed ousted po ng jurisdiction ng COMELEC, pupunta po sa HRED. I think isa po itong issue na dapat pag-aralan po ng Korte Suprema. Now, using Section 5, Paragraph 5, Section 10 promulgates rules relating to enforcement of constitutional rights, pleading, practice, and procedure in courts of law, admission to the bar, and legal assistance of the underprivileged.
No.
Magandang tingin po ito, kagalang-galang na.
You're referring to paragraph 5 of section 5
Opo.
of article. Nagpapasalamat nga kami sa mga members ng constitutional body dahil sinama yung protection and enforcement of constitutional rights na meron kaming power of we have na rule-making power, di ba?
Totoo
Kaya
po.
lumabas yung sinasabi mong writ of amparo writ of
Kalikasan, writ of habeas data.
Ngayon gusto ko pang dagdagan, writ of salvation. Akala ko yung writ of salvation na proposal mo, babae yun. Salvation
Salvation
hindi
po.
ba? Okay. Isang tanong ko doon sa Article 12, Paragraph 1, yan ang basis kasi na sinasabi nila naging aggressive na masyadong Korte Suprema, hindi ba? Yung grave abuse of discretion, kahit na political issues daw, to a certain extent, rinirasolve na ng Supreme Court, should be only, we are not supposed to encroach on political issue, no? Now, ang tanong doon kasama ka ba doon sa nag-propose doon sa Constitutional Convention?
Your Honor, please, it was a proposal made by Chief Justice Roberto Concepcion, expanding the meaning of judicial power.
Yeah.
And since we respect the esteemed retired Chief Justice at that time, based on his experience in credentials and expertise, we respected his proposal and it was adopted.
I think, gusto niya marahil, use the Supreme Court to check abuses of the executive and the legislative. Probably, I think that was his purpose.
Ang paliwanag po ni Chief Justice Roberto Concepcion dyan, it does not totally erode the political question doctrine, but simply limits political question doctrine. So, nandyan pa rin po yung political question, medyo may limitasyon lang po. Batay po sa karanasan na naging kasamahan niyo po sa Korte Suprema.
Ngunit, maganda pa para sa amin yan. Para isama na kita, maganda pa para sa atin yan. Isama na kita.
Opo.
Maganda pa yun.
Ay, maganda po yan.
So, dapat hindi papalitan yan.
Ay, huwag palitan po ang judicial power dahil nga po, silensyo po ang U.S. Constitution on the judicial power. Silensyo po ang 35 and 70 Constitution. It's only in the 87 Constitution that we have an expanded meaning of judicial power. Ito po ay maganda po sa atin at sa hukuman ng Pilipinas.
Alam mo, merong mga questions galing sa Twitter.
Opo.
Tanong ata ni Madam Karen Davila ito
Opo.
Itong tanong niya. During his interview with former Commissioner Lagman, that means the interview conducted by Ms. Karen Davila.
Gas Lagman.
Commissioner Lagman, not Justice Lagman, Commissioner Lagman, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Gas Lagman ng COMELEC.
She could be a good chairperson of the COMELEC.
Opo.
During the interview of Madam Karen Davila with former Commissioner Lagman, according to her, Commissioner Lagman admitted that the filing of the case against GMA was rush. Binilisan daw ng COMELEC. Tanong na nito, do you agree? Gusto niyang marahil yung tanong, gusto niyang parebat. O yung sinabi ni Commissioner Lagman sa interview. I think that's what I understand from the question.
Justice Peralta, I think I will disagree. Dahil even before we decided on the case whether to file it or not, approve the recommendation of DOJ in COMELEC. Ito po ay pinag-aralan ko po. And then, nakita ko po yung recommendation. I've been in the practice of law for 26 years. At sa tingin ko naman po, after evaluation, ay pwede pong i-file. So, hindi po haphazard, but prior to that, I studied affidavits of the complainants against the respondents. And
madaling salita, you had sufficient time to read.
Yes, in so far as I'm concerned, sufficient po yung time na pag-aralan po.
Nandun po ba si Commissioner Lagman nun?
Nandun po, siya po ay bumoto for the filing of the information.
For the filing, ha?
Opo.
Oh, so he joined you, in other words.
He joined us. Kami po ay ilang bumoto po doon, kasama po ang aming chairman, Commissioner Yusuf, Commissioner Lagman, Commissioner Lim, and yours truly.
Ngayon, meron din isang tanong dito sa Twitter. Tinatanong niya, ano ba ang inyong masasabi tungkol sa kasalukuyang sistema ng party list? It is a general question.
Maganda pong katanungan niyan, Justice Peralta, dahil ako po ang nagpasimuno sa COMELEC to fine-tune the provisions on party list. Very vague po ang provision ng Republic Act
Yeah, I agree with you,
7941. Sino bang kumakatawan ng marginalized? Ano po ang marginalized? Ano po ang underrepresented? Up to this very day, no amendments were introduced to Republic 7941. So we proposed a resolution. It's now resolution number 1966 to further fine-tune Republic Act 7941.
Where's that resolution?
We have a copy. It was promulgated already, Your Honor, please. As a matter of fact, you want to be a nominee of the marginalized? You prove by your track record, by speeches and documents that you are.
You know, the problem there is that you were citing the case of Mr. Mikey Arroyo, is it not?
Hindi lang po siya.
No, in particular, but you mentioned...
Opo.
Opo. Ang sinasabi mo ron, hindi siya pwedeng maging nominee ng party list ng gwardiya dahil hindi siya gwardiya. Ganun ba yun? Yung bang decision
Dalo po
mo?
ang punto ko po, nagalang-galang na hukom kung bakit po ako ay nag-disagree. Una-una po, at the time, we have a resolution. Establish track record. Were you an advocate of this security guard? Wala pong track record. Ang sinasabi lang po ay miyembro po siya within the 90-day period ng party list organization niya. Pangalawa, sa kaso po ng Bagong Bayani, OFW versus COMELEC, ang sinasabi po ng ating Korte Suprema and Banat versus COMELEC, the nominee should belong.
What?
Should belong. The word belong has been repeated a number of times. Should represent the marginalized. And the word belong, Your Honor, please, has been repeated a number of times in ang Bagong Bayani.
Kung sabi ng belongs, he should be a member.
Kaisa kanila.
But hindi sinasabi na he should be impoverized.
Ang sabi po sa Banat, not necessarily wallow in poverty or
that's
destitution.
correct.
Not necessarily po.
No.
But ang mahalaga po, you belong to that sector. You advocate the interests of the sector based on a track record that you have to establish.
Okay, but yours was a dissenting opinion. Overall ka ata doon eh.
Dissenting opinion po.
Anyway, that was brought, that's what I was saying. The same arguments were raised in a petition before the HRET because that congressman took his oath.
Opo.
So he was already proclaimed, so the aggrieved parties file a petition before the HRET using now your dissenting opinion as their arguments, no? Okay. Teka, nabanggit mo ata tungkol dun sa kaso sa Cavite, no? Yung para makaliwanagan tayo ng konti.
Opo.
Unang-una ba, pabor ka ba sa PICOS machine?
Ako po ay pabor sa PICOS machine sa desisyon pong Kapalya versus COMELEC, where the opponent is the Honorable